Welcome to Practical Caravan TV. We're here in Birmingham today checking out some of the most exciting new models to hit the market for 2017. Vans such as the Coachman 630, the Luna Alaria and a surprise visitor from down under. And then of course there's this. This is the Adria Alpina Colorado. It's a replacement for the long-running Estella, which was loved by the people who bought it, but to be honest there weren't very many of them. Adria is hoping that by making it slightly more conventional, it'll appeal to a wider range of buyers. It's still silver on the outside, so it still looks really funky. But of course the real changes are to be found in here. This lounge area is rather fabulous. Just like the outside, which is fully equipped with all of the gubbins you could need, inside it's dripping with luxury. I really love those overlocker LED lighting sets. And the lockers themselves are a new concave design, which is designed to keep the internal space but make it feel more spacious up top. Not that you really need it to feel any more spacious than it is. This van is actually 8 feet wide, so it's a proper monster of a thing, and it means you get this vast lounge space. My favourite bit though is these headrests. Just the thing for sitting back and relaxing to watch the TV, which is perfectly placed on the sideboard by the door. Being enormous, the lounge also turns into a massive double bed. Underneath that TV stand, you've got a really large cupboard, which is opening forwards, which means that when you arrive on site, you can just reach in to get your mover control or whatever else you need before you've pitched up. It's quite a nice touch. And behind it, one of the largest tower refrigerators I've seen. This thing is enormous. That leaves space on the offside for a really good sized kitchen. Decent amount of worktop space, and of course the classic Adria inline hob, which drains straight into the sink. There's also plenty of storage. We've got these lovely big drawers and an oven and grill, which is quite low down, but more sensible than the Estellas, which was right up here. If you were tall, you really couldn't get into it. Moving back, there's something that I particularly like. A proper curtain, which is heavily lined to shut off the bedroom area. And back here, we've got a really lovely master bedroom with fixed twin single beds. They're massive, really wide and really long, plenty long enough for 6 foot tall caravanners. I also like the fact that the backrests sit up so that you can lie back and read a book in comfort during the day. Each side gets a reading light and a window, but sadly not a shelf to put your cup of tea on. Now that seems a bit of an oversight. Perhaps tea isn't such a big thing in Slovenia. What you do get on both sides is a simply vast amount of storage. There are 4 more of those overhead lockers and a wardrobe on each side. So you really are going to struggle to take enough clothes to fill everything. This one here's got the header tank for the Aldi Wet central heating in it. And this side also suffers with its bed box, which contains the onboard water tank and the boiler, whereas the other side is completely clear. The only area in the van that feels a little bit on the cramped side is the washroom, but at least there's some rather fine ambient lighting to make it feel a bit like a boutique hotel. A mirror runs along the back wall to increase the sense of space, and there's a roof light and a window, although it is still a little dingy in the shower cubicle. The shower doesn't have a moulded liner, but it does have a radiator and it's plenty roomy enough. But the real star is the vanity unit, which has a bowl sink and masses of storage. One of the appealing things about the Estella was that as well as a quirky layout, it also had a very low price tag. With the Alpina, as well as a conventional layout, you also get a rather more conventional price tag of a little shy of £27,000. But when you compare that with the similarly sized Buccaneer, it's about £5 less, so it still looks like pretty good value. And I must say, if I had a spare 27k lying around, I'm not sure I'd look a lot further.